Let's get my next guest out. He's one of those actors who can do anything from Brian Clough to a far too convincing Tony Blair to the leader of an ancient vampire coven in Twilight. The fabulous Mr. Michael Sheen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry for the wait. Michael, it's great to have you here. Thank you for coming out.
Can I don't know if this is ever done, but can I forfeit my time so we can have more of Michael Palin?
No, you can't do that. But you've had a remarkable career as well, and you've been remarkable on screen. I've loved you in so many movies. And, you know, we were talking to the guys earlier about the all-new Monty, the stripping show, and you've been naked many times on screen, I believe.
So I was just thinking about this backstage. The first time I was ever naked doing a sex scene was with Stephen Fry.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah. Well.
It was in a film called Wilde, about Oscar Wilde.
Yes.
And I had to ride Stephen like a wild stallion.
Wow.
So that was the first time. The second time I was ever naked doing a sex scene, I had to be covered in chocolate spread all over my face. That was the thing about someone with OCD and Tourette's, and I had to bark when I orgasmed. Wow. And I think you were saying that you were getting more comfortable with that kind of stuff as you get older. I've got worse.
Really?
I don't want to show any of this off anymore.
No. But it's not so much whether you want to show it or not. I think it's the fact that you don't care as much as whether anyone's looking.
Oh, no, I care still.
Do you care still?
I think so.
I think you're the only one here who does. Because, really? Michael, you've been naked a few times on screen, haven't you?
Oh, yes, I insist on it. It's in my contract. Put your clothes on, Michael. No, I think I'd better have a little bit of nakedness.
Michael, we've invited Michael on. Obviously, we've invited him because we're fans of yours, but you're involved in what sounds to be an amazing event coming up in Wales. And I love how involved you still are with Wales, how important it obviously is to you.
Yes!
Because...
me and you, all the way!
Yeah. Well, we're only allowed 2 Welsh people in the studio at any time.
The EU quota of Welsh people.
Tell me about this event, because this does sound extraordinary. It's the Homeless World Cup.
Yes.
Taking place in Cardiff on the between the 27th of July and the 3rd of August.
Yes.
Well, now, how did you get involved in this?
Well, so there's an organisation called Street Football Wales who got in touch with me probably about 4 or 5 years ago now. And they said, look, we are an organisation that puts on football tournaments, creates football leagues and football teams for people who are experiencing homelessness or some kind of social exclusion in some way. And, you know, would you like to come and get involved with us? And I thought, well, at first I thought, well, why are you putting all your energy and focus and money into doing football for people when you could just deal with the issues directly, you know? So I went down and, you know, and spoke to them, and then I realised the brilliance of it. Football is the hook. And that's what brings people in. You can get services to them in an easier, more direct way. People get motivated. They meet people, they make connections, they're suddenly part of a team. They get motivated to stay fit, you know, and get their lives back on track and stuff. So there was one woman, Dee, who I'll never forget, who it was, you know, for most people, it's their first time travelling out of the country for a start. And putting, like, the shirt on for your country, you know, when you've gone through all kinds of difficulties, you know, for many years.
You've been in, you know, lost somewhat to drugs, or if your life is treating you better, and then to actually feel like, hold on, I'm part of something now. It's be a really amazing transformation.
So to see Dee, who I'm sure she won't mind me saying, had been struggling with a lot of different issues. She hadn't been able to see her children for a very long time. But being part of this team, this women's Welsh team, and getting to go and represent her country in Oslo at the World Cup, to put that Welsh jersey on. And, you know, God bless her, she wasn't the best footballer, but she was giving it everything. And to watch her play, and I saw her score a goal.
Wow.
And I'll never forget that. I will never forget that moment. You saw on her face her life changing. It just changed in that moment.
Because you could have been a professional footballer, couldn't you? You had the skills and you were scouted, weren't you?
Well, I hit my peak at 12. So when I was 12 years old, I went on holiday to Pontins on the Isle of Wight.
Oh, man.
And, oh, look, there's me.
Yeah.
That's Wickland Boys Club up there.
Which one's you there? Which one's
So, back row, 3rd from the left. Yeah, so I was on holiday in Pontins on the Isle of Wight, and it just so happened that Tony Adams, you know Tony Adams of Arsenal in England, who was only 15 at the time, I was 12. Him and his dad were on holiday there. And his dad was sort of one of the scouts at Arsenal. And he saw me playing. I played against Tony Adams, skinned him. And then he organised a match for a local team against a team from Pontins. And unbeknownst to me, it was in order to watch me play in a sort of competition. And then he said to my dad afterwards, we'd like to bring him to be part of the Arsenal youth team. And my dad, I didn't know this. And it was only when I got home after the holiday and I overheard my parents talking to friends of theirs in the living room, and I heard them tell this story, and I was outside the front room, but my mum and dad said, no, he's not going to go because he's only 12, he can't live in London on his own, and we can't move down there. I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
And so I was both really excited and kind of devastated.
That must have been heartbreaking to hear that, because even though you are obviously a smart enough young man to see the reasoning, but still, to be that close to something that amazing.
Well, in that moment, it was a lot to process. I couldn't, I was just excited to hear what they'd said. And obviously, as the years have gone on, even if I would never have made it to the top level. I'm
hoping that any day now, though, you'll feel you can talk to your parents again.
I hope so. We'll work into it slowly in arbitration.
But having said that, you haven't done too badly, of course, and in a way, a football career would have been over by now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But of course, I did get to eventually bring the two things together when I did the Damned United and I played Brian Clough, and that was just such a dream for me to be able to do the football stuff and play Clough.
What are you doing next? In the world of acting, what's up for you next?
Well, at the moment, there's a show called The Good Fight, which I've been doing in New York.
Now, what a great character you get to play on that.
Yeah, that was extraordinary. The Good Fight is this amazing show that kind of came out of another show called The Good Wife.
Yeah.
And I play this character, Roland Blum, who is... I mean, he's sort of the devil, really.
You seem to be having so much fun playing him.
Well, I'm glad it looks like fun. I was terrified.
But why? Because he has to be so big?
He's just a huge character. I'm coming into a show, this is their 3rd season, I think. So, everyone knows each other, and this character walks in and is supposed to just, blow everyone away and just, wow, here I am.
And he's a kind of very self-obsessed, very kind of...
He's Machiavellian, he's outrageous, he's drug-taking. I mean, he's, shoving things up his arse. It's just full on. It's full on. And he's outrageous. But to walk onto a set where everyone knows each other and you don't know anyone...
And you've got to be...
Oh, here I am, everybody! It's scary to do that,
Well, it's an amazing performance, and let me just remind everyone, the Homeless World Cup is in Cardiff over the summer, 27th of July, 3rd of August. Get yourself over to Cardiff. I'm going to try and make it over this way. It sounds like it's
I'll be there. I'll be there to say hello
event.
to you.
He's going to say hello to every person who comes in person.
Absolutely, I will.
Great to have you here. Michael Sheen, ladies and gentlemen.